Hello, everybody. It's me, Dave, live from Nashville. All right. See a lot of wonderful friends in the house and online. I can actually see the chat. We're gonna get this thing going. Big thanks to the Folk Project for hosting me and bringing me back yet again. And let's kick this off with Temptation. Table glistening, so tempting, inviting, and warm. My mouth starts to water with longing. You're elegant, perfectly formed, with dark chocolate frosting and white chocolate kiss. 500 calories, but I can't resist. I know that it's bad, but it looks so good, and it's not always easy to do what we know that we should. The bartender offers a refill. I've already had 3 or 4, but nobody would be the wiser if I just had 1 or 2 more. And it sure sounds like fun and would feel so nice, but I know that tomorrow I'll pay such a price. I know that it's bad, but it tastes so good, and it's not always easy to do what we know that we should. And there's many a slip twixt the cup and the lip, and there's many the mighty have fallen, and it's hard to predict if you'll crumble or stand when the lure of seduction comes calling. The Greeks used to call it akrasia, the weakness of the will. They too struggled with their temptations, and it seems like we're struggling still when we toss and we turn through the long sleepless night like a battle inside, trying to do what is right. I know that it's bad, but it feels so good, and it's not always easy to do what we know that it's not always easy to do what we know that we should. Temptation. All right. Thank you. Welcome to the show. And I should mention that my friend Jared Ingersoll, who's worked with me for many, many years, so a lot of you probably know his name, actually picked the set list for this one. And Jared's I think Jared's been here for almost all of the live streams, and he's seen me many, many times. And he gets tired of hearing the same songs all the time, so I think he's trying to pick a few that I don't do all the time. This is one that I quite like. It goes back to the first album, Candy Shower, and it's one of the ones that he picked. It's called Waiting for a Sign. On the cusp of my indecision, in a waiting room of time, where the accidental hemispheres transmuted into rhyme, I'm a dweller on the threshold. I sit waiting for a sign, where the ritual smoke of sacrifice plays tricks upon my mind. Heads you win and tails I lose. Gets so hard for me to choose. Heads I lose and tails you win, and the wheel goes round again. Yeah, the wheel goes round again. chains upon my soul. And I sometimes get this feeling that it's out of my control. But if the choice is an illusion, well, then the battle lines are drawn, and the smoke will clear and leave me here behind to soldier on. Heads you win and tails I lose, gets so hard for me to choose. Heads I lose and tails you win, and the wheel goes round again. Yeah, the wheel goes round again. With the aid of an incantation and the chanting of a spell, now the secret is encoded and my fate is sealed as well. On the cusp of my indecision, in a waiting room of time, on the cusp of my indecision, I sit waiting for a sign. I'm waiting, I'm just waiting for a sign. I'm a dweller on the threshold. I'm a dweller on the threshold, and I'm waiting for a sign. I'm waiting for a sign. All right. Oh, thank you so much, you guys. I mean, it means the world to me to see your comments. And for those of you that aren't watching the comments, I'm just seeing a whole bunch of different folks I know from all over, and people are just, it's just so great to have you here virtually. I wish I could see all of you. So this is another oldie but a goodie, at least I like to think so. For those of you that don't know me or just tuned in and stumbled into this by accident, I'm Dave Nachmanoff. I live in Davis, California, but I'm being brought to you courtesy of the Folk Project, a wonderful organization in New Jersey. So I'm sort of virtually in New Jersey tonight. Shout out to all my friends from New Jersey who are here. And this next song, for those of you that don't know me, gives a little of my early history. It's not a song about me, as I like to say. It's about somebody much more interesting, a woman named Libba Cotton, or Elizabeth Cotton. And if you've ever heard the song Freight Train, she's the one that wrote that. She wrote it when she was about 11 or 12. When this story takes place, she was 82 and still going strong. And I was in the summer between 4th and 5th grade, as I like to say. This is called Kindred Spirits. Well, I couldn't have been much more than 10 when I met her through a friend. Her skin was dark and wrinkled, her eyes were bright and kind. She played some of her songs for me, like Freight Train and Shake Sugaree. She asked if I would play her some of mine. Well, I hadn't played for very long. In fact, I'd written just one song, so I played that song I'd written and some others that I knew. But she was gonna do a show in a couple weeks or so. She asked if I would like to play there too. And we sang Freight Train on the monument lawn, with a statue of Abe looking over us. Over 70 years apart, but we were singing from the heart, like two kindred spirits in the night. We were two kindred spirits in the night. Now when I got up on that stage, I forgot about my age. The fireflies were blinking, it was a hot and humid night. But I somehow knew right there and then I couldn't let that feeling end. Like Libba, I'd play music all my life. And we sang Freight Train on the monument lawn, with a statue of Abe looking over us. Over over 70 years apart, but we were singing from the heart, like two kindred spirits in the night. We were two kindred spirits in the night. Freight train, going so fast. That's what we played. I'm playing with my thumb and one finger, like Libba did, except she played upside down and left-handed. They call that cotton picking. It's true. She had a very distinctive style. Well, 40 years have come and gone. Libba Cotton has moved on. That better home, they tell us, is waiting in the sky. But she wrote Freight Train as a child, and sometimes now it makes me smile when I think how music doesn't die. And we sang Freight Train on the monument lawn, with a statue of Abe looking over us. Over 70 years apart, but we were singing from the heart, like two kindred spirits in the night. We were two kindred spirits in the night. All right. See a lot of friends out there, a lot of kindred spirits. I'm not going to say hi to people individually now because I'll just go too far down that road. Not everybody reads the chat either. So I was told by Gary to please remind people that if they want to donate, they can find my PayPal link behind me, just paypal.me/DaveNack, or I'm on Venmo too. It's just Dave-Nachmanoff. So easy enough to find. So one of the things that I really miss when I'm doing these live streams is having people sing along. And this next song, I like to get people singing and clapping. Just checking on the sound. Oh, there we go. But I'll imagine that you're back there singing along at home and clapping. Now, if you would like to see me in real life, it's tricky. I'm starting to do a few gigs, but not many. I am going to book a very short run between Washington, D.C. and Maine in late September, early October, kind of between September 25th and October 2nd. So email me, dave@daveknack.com, if you're interested in trying to help me put a show together. I want to make sure if we do it that it's going to be as safe as possible in terms of COVID-19. So, not taking any and all gigs at this point, but if we can set it up right, I'd love to come and play for you because I miss seeing people's faces and hearing you sing along. So sing along at home to this one. It's called Real Good Thing, and it goes out to my wife, Jen, who's on a plane today, flying our daughter off to college on the East Coast. We just had our 32nd anniversary on the 20th, but I wrote this when we had our 10-year anniversary. It's called Real Good Thing. Fresh cup of coffee in the morning, that's a good thing. When we're sitting in the kitchen, the early morning light, loving in the afternoon sun, that's a good thing. Or the rhythm of your breathing as we fall asleep at night. Well, it's a good thing you're with me. You're the one who wears my ring. much. All right, I'm going to switch over to piano for a couple songs. See if we can do this smoothly. And while I'm doing that, I will let you know that I have another live stream scheduled for October. September's going to be a little busy, and I don't think I'll get one in there, but in October, on October 9th, the second Saturday in October, I'll be doing a live stream which will be a benefit for NAMI, N-A-M-I, YOLO, which is our local chapter of NAMI. And they're an organization that does support people with mental illness and also the families and friends of people with mental illness. And they do great work, and 18% of all donations for that show will be going to NAMI YOLO. So in these times, we all can use some help, and I'm looking forward to that. So put that on your calendars for the future. This is another one that goes back a few years from the Snapshots album, live album. It's called I'm From Nowhere, and we'll see how the... guys hear the piano okay? I know it takes a minute for the for the chat to show up. Well, I'm gonna assume it's all right. So I'm from nowhere. She was sitting in a diner, waiting for a coffee to come. He sits down beside her, asks her where she's from. She looks at him and wonders, does he really want an answer? She says, my dad was in the Navy. Every few years we got transferred, so I'm from nowhere. Yeah, I'm from anywhere. I'm from nowhere. I don't really care. I spent most of my life moving around. Can't say I have a hometown. I'm from nowhere. Yeah, I'm from anywhere. Never had a best friend, 'cause I knew he'd only move away. 3 years near Annapolis, that was the longest that we stayed. Go wherever I find that I can make a living. My father's gone, I'm visiting mom on Christmas and Thanksgiving, 'cause I'm from nowhere. I'm from anywhere. I'm from nowhere. I don't really care. I spend most of my life moving around. I can't say I have a hometown. I'm from nowhere. Yeah, I'm from anywhere. We talked all through the nighttime till they saw the morning sun. He said, somehow when I saw you, I could tell you were the one. But he was leaving in the morning with the load bound for Lafayette. She put her head upon his shoulder, says, I hardly know you yet. He tells her of a lifespan rolling down the highway. Says there's room enough for two in my cab if you're going my way. 'Cause I'm from nowhere. Yeah, I'm from anywhere. I'm from nowhere. I don't really care. I spend most of my life moving around. I can't say I have a hometown. I'm from nowhere. I'm from anywhere. I'm from nowhere. Yeah, I'm from anywhere. All right. I guess I should say thanks for the request, Jared. As I mentioned before, he's the one who kind of put the set list together, so I'm doing all his requests this time. Seemed like the least I could do after all the help he's given me, so... He did challenge me with this one though. This one's tricky. It's from the Spinoza's Dream album, and I didn't actually play keyboards on this track. I was very lucky. I had the amazing Peter White, who's probably best known as a smooth jazz guitarist, but in fact he's an amazing keyboard player. And he played electric piano on the track, and there's no way I can come even close to what he did. Oh, hi to Grammy and Django. But I'll do my best, and I do like this song because it gets the word solipsist in it, which don't get in a whole lot of songs, so why not? We were kids when everything started, sure that nothing could tear us apart. Time has opened up our eyes, made us start to realize the solipsist condition of the heart. The solipsist condition of the heart. At the table, a fight over nothing. A language fails, we can't read the signs. All communication lost in the translation. Wishing I could get inside your mind. Wishing I could get inside your mind. But no matter how close two people have grown, at the end of it all, we each face life alone. Like a Venn diagram, two circles overlapping. There are times when the signal gets through. Still, I can't really know how it feels to be you. But still we try to break through the silence, though the effort has taken its toll. Hoping to break through the wall that seems to lie between us all. The solitary nature of the soul. The solitary nature of the soul. And no matter how close two people have grown, at the end of it all, we each face life alone. Yeah, no matter how close two people have grown, at the end of it all, we each face life alone. All right, no matter how close. Let's go. Go here. Oh, harmonica for this one. Hang on. This involves taking off the headphones. So I'll just be 1 second. Okay. Have to have the harmonica for this one. This is actually one that has a brand new video that just went live on YouTube, and we actually just released it as a single on Spotify, although it comes from the Cerulean Sky album. It's been out for a little while, but we wanted to try putting it out as a single on Spotify and see if we could get friends to share it and get it on some playlists and all that kind of thing. So those of you that are more techie than I am and more Spotify sophisticated can try that if you like. If you want to help me out, we'll see what happens. But I love the video my friend Ben Johnston did for this. A lot of it, I think it's all in black and white. It's pretty cool. So this is called Long Night. Two people, one bed, each facing their own direction, remembering what they'd said, each seeking their own protection, distant hate from deep within. say would come out right. You're in for a long night. No anger, some pain. They don't want to hurt each other, each feeling the same. Sometimes you don't need a lover. Lonely silence marches on. It lingers while you dangle. You turn it over in your mind. You try another angle. Still you see you're in for a long, long night, tossing around till the morning light. Nothing you say would come out right. You're in for a long night. And you wait, and you wait, and you wait for sleep to free you. You circle around, but still it won't come near you. Your mind is wired, your body's tired. You've never felt so uninspired. You're reaching out, but nobody can hear you. They can't see. They can't see. You're in for a long, long night, tossing around till the morning light. Nothing you say would come out right. You're in for a long night. You're in for a long night. You're in for a long night. All right. Long night. Let's see how to get out of this harmonica. Too much stuff. Okay. Hat. Headphones. Harmonica goes away. And we're good to go. All right. Thanks so much. Well, let's see. This was a request, this next song, and I think I know why he picked it. Oh, thank you, Gary. Really, really glad to be here. Glad that so many of my friends are here. Oh, Brian's correct. That song actually goes all the way back to the early cassette, Dweller on the Threshold. That's true. So I think the reason Jared picked this one is that I was recently up in Washington State. I had the pleasure of doing three shows. We did them all outdoors. They were mostly private. Two of them were totally private. The second one was sort of in between. Saw some wonderful friends up there. Had a great time. Even got to play with a bagpiper. I will name no names because my son once said, "Don't out the bagpiper," so I won't. But it was a blast and really got me excited. Thinking, oh, I can play live again, and I will play live again. But probably going to be cautious for a little while because things are still not altogether better. Anyway, I really love Washington State and all the people up there, and this next song is an instrumental that was inspired when I was up in the Olympic Peninsula. It's called Port Angeles, so it goes out to all my friends from Washington. friend Betsy pointed out, I am playing live. Yes, actually, I am. I just don't get to see your smiling faces out there, which is the part that I really miss. So we'll get there yet. Yeah, it's been an interesting time here. As you probably know, we've had a few wildfires once again in California. So the air quality index today in Davis was 153. And then I guess was it last night or the night before, our dog Remy decided to explore a skunk who was in the backyard apparently. And so outside my little studio here, the air is not pleasant. But it's okay in here. Just a little warm without the air conditioner. So if you see me sweating, it's because it's probably about 90 degrees outside. But you know, it's all good. I'm happy. I'm getting to play for people I care about, and they're listening, and that's a beautiful thing. So this is a song that has kind of a cool music video for it. It's one of the earliest ones that I did. It's called "This Is Not What I Expected." Trail of tears at the edge of my horizon, from the corner of my eye, I caught myself off guard, like a harlequin's romance, with such tender expectations, getting past my sleeping sentry, with a turn of a friendly card. Oh, but this is not what I expected. Oh, this is not what I expected. This is not what I expected. This is not what I expected. Must be a hidden source, but you won't know until you get there, when the word has been revealed and you've peeled away a layer. Oh, it's under every stone in this desert's painted canvas, like a wellspring of love, or suddenly answered prayer. Here we go. Oh, but this is not what I expected. Oh, this is not what I expected. This is not what I expected. This is not what I expected. And it's 'cause his last one night stand. It's raining hard to beat the band. It's hold a rainbow in your hand, and I can only wonder, just stare in wild wonder, listening in the silence, counting seconds till the thunder. This is not what I expected. Oh, this is not what I expected. This is not what I expected. This is not what I expected. All right. This is not what I expected. And the capo stayed on. Doesn't always happen. Okay. Let's see. Jared, you're throwing some curveballs at me, but I'm going to throw this one in. Thank you, Will. I have a new friend new virtual friend named Chuck Palm, who lives in Florida, and he is a potter. As some of you know, my wife Jen is a potter. He's also a veteran, and he has a podcast, Old School Pottery. Very cool. He teaches people to do pottery online. If you watch his podcast, you can learn a lot of things. He also makes beautiful pieces. And Chuck said he wanted to be a sponsor of this show, so thank you, Chuck, for your support. He's been helping spread the word. If you have an interest in pottery and art, he's also got some interesting stuff going on in terms of using pottery as a sort of therapeutic tool for other veterans like himself, coping with PTSD and that sort of thing. Anyway, check out oldschoolpottery.com. You can learn more about it. And I played guitar on the theme song, which was written by my friend Ben Johnston. So it's all in the family. So in honor of Chuck and the Old School Pottery podcast, I'm going to do Thing of Beauty for all the artists out there. I'd like to make a sculpture out of glass, so beautiful that it could make you cry. When I look out at the snowflakes as they fall against my window, I cannot seem to bring myself to try. I just can't seem to bring myself to try to make a thing of beauty, just one thing of beauty, only for an instant, with truth and with love, to make a thing of beauty, just one thing of beauty, a single thing of beauty, and that would be enough. I'd like to weave a tapestry of yarn, so intricate that it could break your heart. When I look out at that web as it's shining in the sunlight, I cannot seem to bring myself to start. I just can't seem to bring myself to start to make a thing of beauty, just one thing of beauty, only for an instant, with truth and with love, to make a thing of beauty, just one thing of beauty, a single thing of beauty, and that would be enough. Like to sing a song of breath and air, so wonderful that it could touch your soul. When I listen to the robin as he's heralding the springtime, I cannot take the first step towards my goal. I just can't take the first step towards my goal. I can try to live a life that makes an honest story, with challenges, adventures, with truth and with love, and that would be a thing of beauty, a single thing of beauty, a human thing of beauty, and that would be enough. Okay. Right. I I guess I should mention that if you are enjoying these songs and you'd like to try your hand at songwriting yourself, or if you've already done a bit but would like to do more, I will be teaching at an amazing retreat in West Virginia, September 19th to the 24th, Capon Springs. It's part of our mountain songwriting retreat, but we're merging that with Ronan's recording boot camp. My friend Ronan Murphy, partner, does a great job teaching engineering and production, and I'll be teaching songwriting. We'll also have Nancy Moran from Nashville teaching songwriting, and Michelle Schacht is going to be another guest teacher, and Nancy's partner Fett is going to be teaching engineering. So it's going to be a whole lot of mentors there, and hopefully some of you might want to come and give it a try. We don't have a lot of space, but we still do have some space open, so just cruise on over to daveknack.com for information if you're interested in checking that out. It's not too late to sign up. Hoping to see some of my friends there. Okay, here's another one where Jared's kind of challenging me. This is one from the Step Up album, which I don't play very often because it really is more of a piano song, and I don't always have a piano to play it on. It's called Changing. I see there's someone staring back there, but I swear it isn't me. It's not your fault, it's not your fault, I'm changing. It's not your fault, it's not your fault, it's not your fault. It's strange, but it's like a butterfly that's changing slowly to a worm, just like a butterfly that's changing, wrapped up so tight in its cocoon, you can almost see it turn. It's like a butterfly that's changing. Door locked tight now, and I cannot let you in. It's like I go away, and I can't tell you where I've been. It's not your fault, it's not your fault, I'm frozen. It's not your fault, it's not your fault, it's not your fault, I'm closing down. It's like a butterfly that's changing slowly to a worm, just like a butterfly that's changing, wrapped up so tight in its cocoon, you can almost see it turn. It's like a butterfly that's changing. Up on this tightrope, taking tiny steps, or sometimes none at all. I can't turn around now or look down now, and if I hesitate I'll fall. It's not your fault, it's not your fault, I'm fumbling. It's not your fault, it's not your fault, it's not your fault, I'm tumbling down. It's like a butterfly that's changing slowly to a worm, just like a butterfly that's changing, wrapped up so tight in its cocoon, you can almost see it turn. It's like a butterfly that's changing. play that one too often, both because it's a piano one and also because it's kind of a sad song. And so let's do something a little more upbeat. This is basically a gospel song, or as I like to say, as close to it as a Jewish guy from the suburbs of D.C. could manage. This one, is one where I would love to have you here singing along. If you were here in the room with me, I'd tell you that, you can sing along on the chorus and I'd teach it to you. If you don't like to sing, you could clap along on the second and fourth beats, like 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you don't like to sing and you don't have a good sense of rhythm, you can't clap along in time, you could just sort of yell hallelujah and that'll work too. So this is a little gospel tune called Waiting for the Light to Change. Well, I've been sitting at this stoplight, but I must be moving on. I've gotta get to where I'm going, but it's taken me so long, and I can feel the pressure rising. I wanna honk my horn, and I haven't even noticed, but it's a beautiful Sunday morning, and now I'm waiting for the light to change. Yeah, I'm waiting for the light to change. Yeah, I'm waiting for the light to change. In my heart, that's it. Well, it's been raining for several weeks now. It feels like Noah back at the flood. So it's gonna take a while before we dig out from this mud. The sky's been dark and cloudy, and so we haven't seen the sun. Now we're getting cabin fever while we're waiting for it to come. And now we're waiting for the light to change. Yeah, we're waiting for the light to change. Now we're waiting for the light to change in our hearts, in our hearts. Oh, well, it feels like we're surrounded with both ignorance and greed. There's people getting what they pay for instead of getting what they need. And there's a hunger in their belly, and there's a hunger in their souls. They won't be satisfied till they feel like they're in control. And now they're waiting for the light to change. Don't you know they're just waiting for the light to change? Hallelujah, waiting for the light to change in their hearts, in their hearts. And now I'm waiting for the light to change. We're waiting for the light to change now, waiting for the light to change in my heart, in my heart. Yeah! Thanks so much. I could almost hear you guys clapping along from home. I saw a hallelujah from my friend Betsy in the chat, so I know you guys were getting the spirit. All right. Well, actually, believe it or not, I've run through my Jared list, and I still got a little time for some more songs, maybe. Though, as I always say, the first rule of show business is leave them wanting more. Don't overstay your welcome. So maybe just a couple more. But man, I do want to shout a thank you out to Mark Schaefer from the Folk Project, because he's the one who kind of pushed me into live streaming. I was very reluctant to try it, and I might try that. He really encouraged me to give it a try, and the first live stream I did was for the Folk Project and Acoustic Stayaway. So thank you to Mark and to the rest of the folks there for kind of pushing me into it, and I'm going to continue doing it. But I think this is one that I think is probably the most requested of all the songs I've written. And yeah, the Dave list. And this one's pretty high on the Dave list. I wrote it in Ojai, California, the weekend of my brother Jeffrey's wedding. Bye, Paul. Thanks for coming. And it's just a little song of thanks to remind myself. So let me do this, and maybe there'll be time for one or two more after that. This is called Grateful. I'm grateful for the sun that warms this valley, for the flowing of the water and the wind. I'm grateful for the cool of summer evenings, and every time the morning comes again. But sometimes I forget, so for now I'd like to say I'm grateful for this day. I'm grateful for this day. I'm grateful for my family that surrounds me, for the joy of all this time we have to spend. I'm grateful for my teachers and their wisdom, and my ever-growing company of friends. But sometimes I forget, so for now I'd like to say I'm grateful for this day. I'm grateful for this day. And I know there will be struggles yet to come. But still I have to smile. And I know our time is short, but I'm glad to be part of the dance for a while. I'm grateful for this gift of sharing music, for the fragrance and the sweetness of the wine. I'm grateful for the bounty at our table, and the sparkle of my lover's eyes that shine. But sometimes I forget, so for now I'd like to say I'm grateful for this day. I'm grateful for this day. I'm grateful for this day. Thanks for listening. All right. Well, I think there's enough time that I can probably go ahead and play Leslie's request, because she's been very patient. I've had other shows where she's tried to shout it out, and I haven't done it. But I want to do one more before that, because somebody, I think maybe Betsy, said that Grateful is my signature song, and I think it kind of is. But I've got some plans for the future, which I'm not going to talk about now, but just, let's say it's kind of like the cocoon. I'm kind of in my cocoon hatching a plan. And I think this next song actually may become more, or I'd like to see it become more of my signature song in the future. So, not that there's anything wrong with Grateful. I like that one too, but This one, thank you, Leslie. I will get to your song in just a minute. A lot of you have heard this one before. It's about a real person in a real place, and I won't blather on with any longer introduction than that. It's called George's Corner. And by the way, I talked to George 2 weeks ago, and he was doing fine and really happy to hear from me, so we've got a nice phone correspondence going on these days. On the corner of 2nd and L Streets, there used to be nothing at all, just the railroad tracks on the south side, to the west the substation wall. But now there's baskets full of plants and flowers, carefully arranged, and big rocks splashed with colors, and day-glow fluorescent paint. And when I drive by George's Corner, it always puts a smile up on my face, 'cause we each could pick a corner of our own to try to make a better place. Now I don't know if George is homeless. He rides a spike everywhere, with grizzled beard and baseball cap, pulled over short crop hair. Ah, his clothes are worn and weathered, but he's got periwinkle eyes. He's a gardener, a neighbor, an artist, and he works and beautifies. And when I drive by George's Corner, it always puts a smile up on my face. How we each could pick a corner of our own to try to make a better place. Now most of us are running around, commanded by the calendar and clock. No time to improve things. I wonder if the treadmill's gonna stop. The corner changes with the seasons, sometimes from week to week, but he's out there in the autumn chill and in summer's burning heat. And I've seen pink carnations, daffodils, and orange marigolds, and sometimes it's just rocks and sticks in the winter when it's cold. But when I drive by George's Corner, it always puts a smile up on my face. How we each could pick a corner of our own to try to make a better place. A better place. All right, George's Corner, for anybody that requested it. Again, I want to give a big thank you to Gary and Kathy from the Folk Project, Chuck Palm of Old School Pottery, my wonderful friends Jared and Will for all their help with the technical stuff and kind of keeping me from going completely crazy organizing this stuff, and of course to all of you who are actually watching either now or later on when this is replayed. Yes, kind of an interesting idea to maybe add another verse to that. So I'm going to go ahead and do something a little crazy. It may or may not work technically, so if I lose you here, it's been great playing for you. I'm going to try to do this without everything blowing up, but I promised Leslie I'd try and play her request to play all night, and a little while ago I got a very cool new guitar. I don't get new guitars very often, but one of my favorite wonderful studio clients, I got some amazing people who've been working with me through the pandemic recording, and one of them, actually, this guy Steve Markwood, just won an award for one of the songs that we recorded that I produced for him, and he sent me as a thank you this amazing 12-string Dan Electro guitar. It's aqua, it's blue, it almost matches my glass. It actually matches these glasses, but if I wear these, I won't be able to see you guys. So I need these ones to see you, or see your notes. So I just thought, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can switch guitars, and without blowing everything up, and try and play All Night on the new electric 12-string. So if it doesn't blow up, that's what I'm going to do. If it does, it's been a joy to play for you guys, and I hope I'll see you all October 9th. That one's going to be on YouTube, so all the info will be on my site. Okay, let me just mute the guitar for a second so we don't have any nasty pops and noises. Just take that out. Well, little noisy. Okay, so wish me luck. We'll see what happens with this. Also, it's a 12-string, so may spend the next 10 minutes tuning it, but we're going to give it a try. And here it is. There we go. Okay, let's unmute it and see what we get. This is not... Yeah. These settings aren't really set for this particular guitar, but you know what? It's okay. It's close enough for folk rock. And we're going to get a little jangly here. Yeah, let's try it. Yeah, I can dig that. Let's see. All right. So, this one goes out to Leslie and anybody else who's been patiently wanting me to do this song. It's called Play All Night. And again, thank you guys for listening. With your silken scarves and earrings in the glow of candlelight, I fell under your spell as the wine ran out on that moonlit night. I was cold, yeah, I was freezing. You took me in and kept me warm, keeping me from the darkness. You gave me shelter from the storm. And you should know that I would play all night just to see a smile upon your pretty face, till my fingers bleed and my voice becomes a whisper in the darkness. I will throw my soul to the wind and let the music have its way. Oh, Marguerite, I know it's crazy, but you know that I would play all night for you. Oh, tonight I sit and wonder why I never took the time to know you till we had no time to spend. Well, just like a woman, a mother, a daughter, a sister, or a lover, most of all I can thank you for being such a friend. And you should know that I would play all night just to see a smile upon your pretty face, till my fingers bleed and my voice becomes a whisper in the darkness. I would throw my soul to the wind and let the music have its way. Oh, Marguerite, I know it's crazy, but you know that I would play all night for you. Well, it's been too long since anyone could make me lose control, take down my defenses and look deep into my soul. Oh, Marguerite, I know it's crazy, but you know that I would play all night. Oh, you've seen me play all night. Oh, yeah, well, you know that I would play all night for you. All right, the Jingle Jangle Morning, we'll wrap it up. Thank you so much. Everybody stay safe out there, be well, and I hope I'll see you all again soon. Thanks very much.